Right, Ian, I'm going to give it a few minutes because no one's on at the moment. Not worth doing it if no one's around. I've bought this bloody application to do a stream because no one else is streaming at the moment. Hello, Mike. So just give me a minute. Right, well, I ain't going to play it yet until I get a few more people on. I just got this. I was talking about this the other day, and I said, you know, I wasn't really going to buy any more apps, but this one looks a little bit interesting. I've not watched the video on how to run this, so it's more of a wing it, trial and error kind of thing. It's got all this kind of like flickery, glowy stuff. When you turn it on, changes like, you know, from one boulevard to another. It looks like it's shooting through a time zone or something like that. Actually, give me a bit of a headache actually. But you got this response thing, which you can turn on and off there, so you don't need that on. But it is another feature which it can be useful. You got this here, so if that starts giving you a headache, which is for me, I can turn it off. Apparently, you can click on there, and you can upload your own picture. It's got to be a JPEG, I think. So that, then you've got like the internet radio. So turn the music down. Don't want background noise on. I'm not sure what's going on at the moment. Don't know if you have to press that. No, you've got to muck around with it. That just brings up the information. I don't know if you need that on. Turn on, off the internet radio. I've turned it. That on. Takes a few minutes. Hello? Anybody there? If anyone's there, can you come forward and say hello? Well, not going much on the
Father could sell the
not going much on the internet radio at the moment. Hello? Is there any spirit people amongst us?
Other places, but
I'm not going on this at all much at the moment. There is this feature down here. We'll be testing that in a minute. You know, it says radio station, but to me it sounds more like sentences being chopped up.
and to Paul and Jerome after waiting in.
Is there anyone there who wants to be known? I welcome any spirit, good, kind-hearted spirit, loving spirit, positive spirit, only to come through and communicate. Can you let me know who you are, what your name is?
so is a lot of oil coming back to this.
And one strong glance shot from thine eye.
It sounds like phrases from books or whatever. Don't really sound like a radio. Hello, is anyone there? Come and tell me your name. Can you tell me my name then? Do you know what my name is? Fear is worth a fortune. Really? Is fear worth a fortune to the spirits? I've actually got these settings approximately the same. Do you wish to come forward and say hello?
The safety meeting with Senators Joe Lieberman and
I'm not in Debbie's spot on that. response. Right, apparently what you do is this. You click on that, you ask a question, and you go quiet for a few seconds. Then when it goes red, it's apparently supposed to respond to you or something. Let's try it.
Crosses.
Hello? Can you hear me? Is anybody there?
One of the critical issues, I think.
Hey, John, do you want to come up for a chat in a minute? I'm just testing this out quick first. You want to come on? I'll give you an invite and talk about some tech and whatever. Can you say hello to John on the side chat, which is OLSS Midlands Paranormal? Can you say hello to anyone who is on the side chat? Am I even using this application correctly? Yes or no? I think I've done a bad thing getting this because I don't understand what it's meant to be doing. I'll have to watch the video later. Can you at least say hello to my name, please? John, you want to come up on here? Can you say hello to John?
Other plaintiffs in the case.
I don't like this. I don't know how to use it properly. I'm going to have to try it out without streaming one night. Let's see if John wants to come up. I'll send him an invite. He's not said if he wants to come on yet, but I'll send him an invite through Facebook anyway. So where's John? Right, send it through to your John Wood one. There you go. You want to jump up? You can come on. You're not keen on it? Bloody hell, man. Sod you then. I'm actually going to be doing some more equipment, as you know. I'm just waiting for the bits and pieces. I've told him Dead Paranormal I'm going to be sending them a new piece of equipment up when I've done it. And they want me to do a little video on it. So that I'll have to do. I'm going to get to do John a SAF box later on. Well, I sent you the link on Facebook. If you want to come on, you can come on. If you don't, then you don't have to. It's up to you. It's up to you, bruv. I'm not going to force you. Hello, Winter Witch. Well, I just tried out a new app from Extreme Senses, and to me, I'm not really impressed in it at the moment. I know I'll probably need to spend more time and watch their demo video, but to be honest with you, it kind of sucks at the moment. Maybe because I've not used it and I'm not giving it time to use. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I was asked on Facebook earlier today have I been at today? I have, but I need to go and get some dinner. I'm going to go out tomorrow to do some shopping, and then Tuesday I'll probably end up going to one of the bigger cemeteries. I'm not decided which one yet. I might go to the first one I've done, which is over at St George's Hospital in Tooting. Might even go to that one, which is like about 45 minutes journey on 2 buses. Or I might go to the big one, past Croydon, over near Bennington, I think it is. I just heard a pop. Hello, brother.
You're right, Steve.
Yeah. So yeah, I might go to either the one at St George's Hospital, just behind there, on Tuesday, or if not, I might go to the big one at Birmingham on Tuesday. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'll probably do one of them.
Well, I'm grafting hard at the minute.
Huh?
I know I'm grafting hard at the minute.
Good.
With the whole promotion of promoting the whole LSS thing at the minute. Which it's getting fun. It's getting definitely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I will be throwing a lot of people your way, Steve.
I'm not too keen about that at the moment because I'm not going to be building too much stuff.
When you get on your building, I'll get people sent your way.
All right, cheers. I'm not. And sorry, I don't know what I'm going to be building at the moment. To be honest with you, I'm just going to mainly do stuff for myself for now, and then later, if I find it, something useful and something that works, then I will probably consider might making a few to sell. I don't know yet.
I mean, to be honest with you, though, that the Power Centre in itself last night, I was very impressed with. And to be honest, I've used it on a fair whack of investigations, and I cannot fault it. I cannot fault that one single bit, because if there's nothing on the left and nothing on the right, it don't go off. It's sensitive enough to pick up branches. It's sensitive enough to pick up certain bits that are raised within that guideline.
Yeah.
But when it's on a nice little fat surface like last night, I was well impressed, beyond well impressed with it. I can't fault it. It's actually quite a tasty piece of kit.
Yeah, I know Living Dead Paranormal had it. I mean, an asylum one time. They put it on the chair, and they asked the spirits which way they want to go.
Yeah.
And it started going off on the right. So they went down, turned it off, went down the next corridor on the right. They put it on the chair. They stepped back about good 50 yards or so they weren't actually affecting themselves. They turned it on, went back, asked the spirits which way they wanted to go, said right again, or whatever location they sent them to go to. Lasted about 4 or 5 times now. Before they'd done that, they was thinking about going out to the cemetery, apparently, yeah.
No.
What they done, they used the power sensor, and it led them to a room. And guess what was outside the room?
Go on.
Cemetery.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Cemetery. Hello, Jane. Hello, Ian. And everybody
Hello,
else.
everyone. So, yeah, enjoyed my gear.
But, I mean, yeah, it's like I said, I mean, as you've noticed now in the last few lives that I've done investigation-wise, it's staying in the kit bag. It's staying in there. It really is. Because right now I've gone very minimal on what I use. Second. Well, yeah, we both have gone very, very minimal. But, alongside the SB11, it's got a bit of power sensor all the way, because so far it's flawless. In my eyes, it's very, very flawless. I mean, don't get me wrong, it could potentially pick up, insects and stuff like that, bugs and whatever. But as long as you can clearly state that there's nothing near it, nothing in the way, it's flawless. It is flawless. The
only thing with some equipment, though, sometimes they will give false reading because the battery starts going down. Once the battery's going down, it may look, it's still strong, but if it constantly goes off,
I
and
have
you change
noticed that.
the battery over, and then once you change the battery over and it stops constantly going off, then you know it was the battery.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, I know with me right now, I do tend to test everything before I go out and do anything, to ensure that
Them sensors get a little bit dirty as well, smudged if you're picking it up. But when you touch the sensor with your finger, that might set it off as well. Not saying it does, but there's a possibility.
Do you know what? I've tried everything. I've even set off an air pump near it and nothing. Nothing at all. So I think by the looks of it, it's a basis of anything that's solid. So if there's I'll say solid, but it's as if it's like an invisible laser beam that gets broken.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe it.
All it is a car reversing kit.
And to be honest, well, that's what I'm saying. And a lot of these, with the way the cars use these, it all works on the basis of sensoring.
Yeah.
Exactly. But as it goes for, like EM pumps and stuff like that, it doesn't respond to it whatsoever. It really doesn't.
So the weirdest thing about it, it's a car sensor. When if you put it on your car and you're reversing back, it's going to censor, the object behind it. But a spirit is a solid object. It's an invisible object, so it's picking it up somehow. It's manipulating that device.
Exactly.
It was a solid object, but it's not. So it's kind of like.
I mean, to be honest, could it be? Because I mean, this is one of the things that has baffled me. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for years and years and years, and it's the one thing that's actually baffled me, especially when you use like the laser trip sensors, motion sensors, stuff like that. And Spirit tends to set it off. So it makes me wonder, even though you physically cannot see it, does it stop it from being a physical presence? Do you know what I mean? It's as if, you know the old magician saying, smoke and mirrors?
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing in my mind, where it's a physical presence. It sees us, but we don't see it.
Yeah.
So maybe whether you're using K2's REM pods, the parasensor, whether you're using anything like these, the laser trips, they're seeing the physical presence that we don't.
Yeah.
And that's one of my little theories.
So with those power sensors, I only made about 10, I think.
Dude, I swear to God, if you made them by the batch, they'd be a killer.
Two of them went to Living Dead Paranormal when Dave had to. And I'm not meaning just like, the basic ones. Living Dead Paranormal said to me one day, and this is going back 5 years ago, is there any way you can actually do a power sensor where you can actually trigger off a laser grid? I thought, now you're asking something. Not sit back and think about it. And I was going to actually do it. I was going to make it with a laser grid. So I made that one.
Laser
and
grid.
then the laser one.
Well, I know the laser grid wouldn't set it off. But
No, it's just that the laser grid, which the sensor, the way I made it, that's when the sensor goes off, it'll actually activate the laser grid.
Do it.
I've done it. 2 people's got it, Dave and Living Dead Paranormal.
And you didn't do me one. What the hell?
So I got those laser pens, man. And the thing is with those, they are a bugger to do. That even though they are easy, you got to get the right laser grid. You got to get the battery for it, because you can't. When I done it, the first way I done it, I connected the laser grid to the sensor, but when the sensor went off, you couldn't see the laser lighting up on the wall or on the. So I had to make it so the laser grid would have its own battery power, not the ones you put in, the pen itself, but I had to make it so it was running off a 9-volt. So you had a cable coming out from the sensor itself, and then that was connected to the laser grid.
Okay.
By some cables, and then the way I'd done it, you could either have the laser grid by itself by separating it, or you can actually have it with the power sensor, and that way if you were having it through the power sensor, you'd have to have the power sensor turned on with its own 9-volt battery. Then the other one, the laser grid, when you turn it on, you'd have to, it'd be running off the 9-volt. If you just connect it to the power sensor itself and not turn the power on, 9-volt, it wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to have its own sort of individual power supply.
Yeah. I've actually got it on my YouTube. I don't know if you ever saw it, actually.
No, I don't think I did. You got that many videos to troll through, Steve?
I think it might be under my Ghost Gear one, actually. I'm not sure. Let me check.
Angela says, John, will you make me a coffee and I'll give you a cookie that I made today?
Well, she knows that I'm not going to make her a coffee.
Unfortunately, Angela, if I made you a coffee, it'd be cold by the time it gets there. But you can still send me some cookies over if you want.
And you don't make your own coffees.
I don't make my own coffees because I don't drink my own coffees. They taste horrible when I do it.
Yeah, there we go. 6 years ago, this video was.
Okay.
I'll send it to you on Facebook so you can check it out later.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, I know I've got another gym session tonight, so.
There we go. It's on your Facebook. If anyone knows wanting to see what I'm talking about, there's the link in there to the video. But I only done it to 2 people. My one, I did do one for myself, but my laser kept breaking off. What I mean breaking off, it just kept shutting down all the time, and I never bothered getting a new laser for it.
Yeah.
But it's like a normal laser grid pen, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just that I had to strip it apart and find a way of getting it connected to a 9-volt battery.
And there's me. I show off with we show off with these military style laser grids. Oh Christ! I'm beginning to wish we took ours last night because I don't know. Because obviously it was quite helpful with last night's. Sorry, just bear with me a second. I'm just sorting out my selfie stick. There we go. It was interesting because I don't know whether you noticed in the chat. There's a guy called Jonathan Moss. He's a very close friend of mine that lives in Blackpool, but he used to live. He was born and raised where I am.
Right.
So he was handy to have around last night because it was like we saw this weird ass light in the sky we couldn't explain. It was moving, it'll stop dead still, moving a couple of inches or a couple of feet, looking at feet because it's in the sky. Then it'll stop, moved again and just disappeared. And I was like, please tell me this is a plane or something like this. And then John went, oh, no, strange lights in the sky up there, very common. We've seen these for the last 40 years. And I was like, for fuck's sake.
No. You know what you could have had? You could have a cloaked alien that was setting off the power sensor last night. You don't know.
Well, this is the thing, because I know through when I've done Canuck Chase, and that's a UFO hotspot over there, and I've known when I've had a sighting for my equipment to go absolutely mental.
And that's what happened last night, wasn't it?
And it was weird because I might as well reveal some of the answers that I heard on the Spirit Box last night, because I actually turned around and said, was it the UFO that had set this off? And it was just as bold as brass, yes. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, man.
Get ready to be beamed up and get that probe in.
Man, I don't want to get fucking probed. My aim is very, very firmly tight. But no, it was a good night. It was a good night.
I'm working on a new device, actually, but I'm scratching my head on it at the moment, and I can't remember what's on the damn thing.
Yes, Angela, I am going to the gym at this time because I go to Pure Gym, and it's 24 hours.
Gives me a break.
I get to avoid the Snapchat buff nuts.
Oh, I don't know.
But I have lost my double chin now, so it's quite good.
I never noticed you had a double chin. I don't look at.
I really did. Do you know what? Lockdown did not do me any justice. I put on so much weight. My muscle turned all flabby, and it was just a nightmare. But I've been hitting up one because they had an offer on Pure Gym did, where it's sort of like you pay £9, no joining fee, and then it's £18 every month after. But it's 24 hours, so you can go whatever time you wish. I've been going 9 days solid. For them 9 days, it's just like everything's gone back to being rock solid again.
You didn't go last night?
No, but on my actual app, it states that I've done 9 visits. So I've done 9 days. solid. Bar last
On
night.
lockdown, if it's easing up, you can get out a bit more, can't you? That's a good thing.
And that's it. I just feel so much better now that I'm actually being able to becoming more fitter, health wise, and for everything else. But
you ain't going to the gym, getting out and doing the paranormal can help you, with the
exactly
physical side of the thing. But it can also
it's a win-win, But no. It's like I said, I've been absolutely rushed off my feet with promoting LSS because it's gone beyond worldwide. Because as you know, I work closely with Martin.
Yeah.
And it's just improving massively. And it was scary how many people we're bringing together. And it's like I'm bringing in people from all over the Midlands into the fold. Where it's sort of drama free. It's all about power unity, it's sharing evidence, sharing live streams, doing like what we're doing now, collaborating together. It's a very together thing. And then obviously Martin will be setting up paracons all over the place and stuff like that. And it's just such a breath of fresh air. And that's why, as far as I was concerned, the old channel had to go, because I don't think as a channel it would have got any attention, because I was too busy focusing on the LSS side of things. But also, I don't know whether you agree with me, Steve, because you're pretty much, we've been friends for ages. But as far as, me and Sue, I've discussed with Sue, is that unfortunately that old name copped a lot of flack. There was just so much attached to it, so much BS attached to it, where I'm trying to push more for the positive now, the positive vibes, positive energy, supporting people. That I had to let it go, because I thought, well, no, because, obviously I don't mention names, I don't, because I don't do that. I just don't see the point. But I had to step away from it and start fresh.
My channel a few times, but I thought, I'm not going to get fucking beaten down bollocks to them,
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And then obviously Martin threw me this one, and he went, well, we've got LSS Australia, LSS Ireland, Canada, America, Netherlands, India. But he says, I need someone to manage and run LSS Midlands. And I was like, well, sod it, I'll do it. Do you know what I mean? And that's where it sort of started, because Martin started back in 2016. I then joined him in 2017. We've been going really with it ever since. And that was in 2018 I started with Martin. And it's amazing, because it's also introducing children into it. Teaching children how to investigate, how not to be scared, how to stand their ground if their homes are haunted.
Yeah.
And that's what we based it all off, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. And we definitely want you part of the fold, Steve, because you're a tech nerd, your stuff.
Well, I'm working on a new little prototype at the moment.
Go on in. Indulge me. Ooh.
But I'm not too happy with it, because whatever, if a spirit is out to manipulate it and interact with it, it's got to be dead on. So what I'm doing, I've got some, what are they bloody called? I went and got some of the old SCART cables to cut the plastic tubing. So this is the first prototype. The next one is going to be plastic tubing coming out, and the LED a lot further up.
Yeah.
I
think if you could try and use, do you know that really thick plastic tube that they use for wiring, electrical wiring?
Well, I'm going to be using this.
That'll do it.
Yeah, well, that's from SCART lead, and I went and bought a couple of SCART cables the other day, so I'm going to just cut the thing off, and then you've got a bunch of wire which I can pull out.
Okay.
In this, and I can use that on building electrics, with gadgets. So,
well, you know what to do when you've got it one set up.
It'll be up like that. 2 bits about that high. it's going to be a bit bendy, which I'm concerned about. But what I'm going to do is put some.
I mean, to be honest, flexible's good anyway, because if you got to think about it, if you're throwing it into various different kit bags,
yeah,
you're gonna need that flexibility.
Yeah, but if you got two going like that, you still got to have the LEDs right next to it. So, it can't be too far, probably about that length on both sides.
I mean, unless what you could do is double cable tie it, so where you got like the handcuff style cable tie.
Yeah, but that
Sort
is
of
going to pull them together again, which I don't want to.
No. What I was saying is if you have one loop, when you do like the figure of eight with the cable tie.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But then you've got that little bit of plastic in the middle that stops them from being together.
Yeah.
Because that's the only other thing I could think of is if you try doing that.
Well, the only other way I was going to do is have like little snippets cut off and have it kind of like that, and then the other done up like that, so it's super glued in between. And have two, one up there and one down there, so it keep it away from that distance still.
Yeah.
I've just got to ponder it. I'm waiting for some new project boxes at the moment. Oh, fuck, now my bloody Xbox turned on again. They were meant to come yesterday, but no one was in. I was out doing my paranormal. I mean, the TV's just gone off again. Hold on. Fucking Xbox. Right. That should come back up in my big screen set. No, it didn't. What? Drag over that.
Shazzy, why are you saying your back is broke?
Hmm?
Shazzy said my back is broken. I'm fucked. But no, like I says, once you got it up and running, you'll have to send us one and we'll run a test on it. And
yeah.
If I'm happy, what's going to happen.
I'm not going to do too many, to be honest with you. I've got to test them out myself. I probably will send you one over once I've got a couple made up. If they work, I'm only going to have two myself. Probably not.
I was going to say, Steve, I'm ruthless with my testing.
I'll probably get Dave one as well.
Hi, Sacramento.
No, it doesn't cost too much. Even if I build them, it's only going to be about 12 quid, around about 12, 15 quid to build them.
Well, me, I'm more than happy to send a bit of dough your way.
No, I'm not. I'm okay with that. But if I was to even build and sell them, I wouldn't know what price range to put them on anyway. So I don't go out ripping people off like some people do.
Well, I mean, to be honest, if you're saying it's something like 12 quid to build, knock them out at 20 quid just to give you that extra couple of quid.
I'll probably do it for about 20, 25.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to put postage on it as well. But
exactly.
It's like with the REM pod, DC box, which they've had off me. I couldn't guarantee they were going to work because I only ever built two originally at the first time when I first building them. That's like with any equipment. You don't know if it works until you get one and test them.
But no, when it comes to them power sensors, I can definitely rate it. I'm happy with it. That stays in my kit bag now. That don't go anywhere. That is a constant use for me. Because, like I said, in every situation, even if I've gotten to a location there's been nothing there, it hasn't gone off.
Yeah.
When we've had no results on everything, including SB11, that has not gone off. But then when we've gone on location where there has been results, it's gone off. And that's what I like about it. That it is definitely reliable.
Yeah.
REM pods are a bit of hit and miss. You've always got to take into account of certain things. Bugs can set them off. Even as mad as it sounds, even blades of grass can set them things off.
Yeah. And that's the wind. Even the gust of wind can set them off.
Yeah, they can on some of them. I mean, luckily with our one, it doesn't. The one we was using last night. But the scary one was we had some major battery drainage on that one last night.
Yeah, won't be surprised.
Battered it. But no. I'm also enjoying your little adventures that you've been going on.
Oh, I did a little walk around Mitcham Common. I used a couple of devices, but wasn't really getting much. That's why I'm going to be doing some more cemetery stuff. I've missed it. You know, in my square radius, like 8 to 10 mile, I've got about well over a dozen cemeteries.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, you know, a lot of people think, because this was another theory question I got asked a while back, was somebody turned around and said, do you really think a cemetery is going to be haunted? And do you really think that if they've been buried there, they're going to stay there? And I was like, you'd be surprised. You really would be surprised. Because, you know, we've got to take into account they could be lost. Or even waiting for a loved one to come. Do you know what I mean? You know, so I know they can be bloody haunted.
Years ago when I was doing, I think it was down at the one in Tooting, St George's Hospital.
Yeah.
I was running the ghost box, and I said, I don't mean any disrespect to any spirits that are here, but are you happy here in this cemetery? And I got one saying yes, and I said, then another one said, I love it here. Because I think what happens, if there are lost souls in the cemetery, you know, they don't know the way to cross over, they've got other spirits they can communicate with.
Well, exactly.
It's like you know, we don't know each other, you know, personally, but, you know, we're talking to each other. So you know, in the spirit world, you know, they're meeting up with different spirits and they start talking and become friends, you know. It's just like if they were still alive, I suppose.
I mean, this is it. And I mean, you know, how do we know? You have got a point there because I fucking lost my lighter. Pissy nil. Oh, crap it. I got a lighter next to you. I've lost mine. I mean, to be honest, how do we know that, you know, some graveyards could be classed as the spiritual community centres of the afterlife? We don't know.
There could be 100 spirits in that cemetery that might be happy being there. But I know there's going to be a lot of miserable ones because, like, you know, if the way I see it, that when someone dies and they be laid to rest, you know, you'll have their family going there for like 10, 12 months and maybe a couple of years. Then all of a sudden they get forgetting about it and no one goes and visits them, do they?
Yeah.
So, you know, then they got no one to talk to apart from whoever else is in the spirit realm.
Well, it's not just that. It's because, I mean, how many people do we know on record that, I'm trying to set this up properly, I'll hold it, that pass away, that don't have family, that don't have friends, you know, they die alone. You know, it's the way we've got to look at things, isn't it? You know, I'm sure that spirit does commune together as well. Well, I'd like to think they do, to be fair.
Well I'm sure I do. Like, you know, when I've done cemetery visits, you know, and I'm doing the ghost box, it doesn't matter what ghost box I'm using, I'll ask them, is it okay for me to be here? You know, do you enjoy me coming here? Even though you don't know me, I'll come here in love and respect, you know, and compassion. And I'm usually getting, like, some of the time, yeah, thank you. You know, I'm glad you're here. You know, and it's like a full sentence. I'm glad you're here. And I'm thinking, whoa, you know, are they actually telling me that they're glad I'm here? Or are they saying that they're glad that someone else is there? I don't know. But, you know, when I've asked them if it's okay for me to be here, I've got so many yeses all the time. And I think while they probably are happy for someone like us going there, because we're showing that compassion, you know, and we're not disrespecting them. We're actually talking to them in, you know, like as I'm talking to you, in a polite way. You know, we're not there provoking them or anything like that. And maybe they do like us going there, communicating with them because they've got no one else to talk to.
Exactly, and I mean, and this is what it is. And I mean, this is one of the things as well that me and Martin have been talking about. Is, you know, we've got to treat it as not just a community of the living; it's the community of the dead as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of channels that I've seen out there, or a lot of investigators out there, that go out and antagonise the living hell out of them. It makes my blood boil because it's sort of like you wouldn't want someone going to your nan's grave or something and antagonise the living crap out of her. You know, I just don't think that you know, there is a fair few people out there that just doesn't give them enough respect, and then they get butthurt when they don't get enough evidence. Where I've found, and you probably found the same, where you go on an investigation, you talk to these spirits in a polite, calm manner, and you get amazing results.
Yeah.
You know, I think teams need to back away from the antagonising and demanding. You know, I've said it all too often. I demand that you speak to me. Well, no, fuck off. Pardon me, French, but fuck off. No, you know, I'm sorry, but if I'm dead and somebody walks up to me with a K2, I demand you set these lights off. No, you're all right. I'm going to go and haunt a pub, I think. You know, but if someone goes, look, you know, we're here out of peace. We just want to tell you stories. Any chance that you can show that you're here setting these lights off?
Yeah.
And you got more of a chance of getting a result that way. You know.
Well, it shows that you're asking the spirit to communicate with you, and they are setting the prices off, then you know that they do want to communicate with you. If you're not getting no response from them whatsoever, then it's like, well, you know, I've tried, no one wants to talk to me tonight. Okay, fair enough, you know. We'll come back and another, you know, we'll give it a go another time. You know, it's like any place you go to. This is what pisses me off, though, is that, you know, you get to see so many YouTube channels saying, this is the most haunted place in the UK. This is the most haunted place in the world. This is the most haunted place, you know, on earth. Or this is the most haunted place in France, Spain, Germany, wherever. Yeah, I don't think there is any place that can be more haunted than other. You know, there might be a few that are quite haunted, but it's, you know, it's like even the less haunted locations. Yeah. You're not going to get spirit activity, you know, 24/7, 365 days a week, wherever you go to. No chance you're going to get it.
I mean, to be honest, I said the same on my live the other day that I did. I think it was just a basic chat that I was doing. And I turned around and said the same thing, where even places, I mean, I've done the Ram In. And when I've spoke to people about it, they've gone, but that's a bit shit, nothing happens. And I went, yeah, but the thing is, they're not performing monkeys. It's the same as 30s Drive. It holds notorious history and hauntings. But people have gone and gone, no, nothing happened. But the fact of the matter is, they're not performing monkeys. They're not going to perform just because you tell them to. You know, everywhere is as equally as haunted as anything. It just depends on, are they just watching? Do they want to communicate? Do they want to make themselves known? Who knows? You know, maybe they just want to watch and enjoy seeing people live. You know, and I think that's another thing, that people just read into things too much.
I think it was me and Dave was mentioning it last night, actually, because Dave's doing a lot later on tonight as well, which I'll probably be jumping on. The thing is that, you know, a lot of people go to these locations which have had a lot of activity in the past, like 30 East Drive or around or, you know, other places, but there's people who've been there and said, I never got diddly squat. They paid money and they've not got nothing, but you can't expect to have everything every single day, every single night. You know, it might be active once a week and you go there, you know, the day after someone else has had activity and you're going to be the person who's not going to get diddly squat.
Well, I mean, this is it. I mean, it is a question for you, because I've heard the phrase enough, but I don't know what you think on it. But it's like I've heard the phrase that it's been investigated to death. Especially when we look at places like 30 Drive and the Ram In.
Yeah. There's loads of places that people have gone to. You know, if you think about all these other places you can go to, like these events where they say, we'll come to, you know, it's like £40 per person or something, but, you know, it's from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
You know, some activity is more active at 3 o'clock in the morning, and when they finish, where the hell are you going to go from 3 o'clock in the morning?
I mean, to be honest,
you've got to be sleeping outside until the transport starts running.
Exactly. And I mean, it used to
half the time, didn't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, this was it, and it was like when I did do the ramming. You know, to be honest, yeah, you felt cold in there, even though it's scorching heat outside because it was summer. But you felt cold inside. Fair enough. You know, you got the Raven that started spinning by itself. Fair enough. Not bad. But I was expecting more, because you hear of shadows being seen and being grabbed and being touched and all this other stuff. But the main thing, I mean, I got touched twice. in the whole day and night that I was there. Because I was there throughout the whole day, and I think it was until what time did I get home?
It left about 10.
Yeah, I think I left about half 10, half 10 and half 11. So I only got touched twice, but the scary thought of it was the migraine that I had was ridiculous. Where, you know, this was proper thumping migraine. Yeah, exactly. And then, ironically, I got in the car and left. The migraine went. You know, but at the same time, you got to think to yourselves as well. When you look at some of these famous haunted locations, whether it be, you know, Amityville House, our UK stuff, the American stuff, you know, do they even want to be pestered all the time? You know, you're looking at all these different event companies booking it out, booking it out, booking it out. I mean, 30 East Drive is pretty much fully booked all year round, virtually.
Yeah.
But has anybody actually stopped to think, does the spirit really want that? Do they want to be pestered 24/7?
I think they sometimes get pissed off as well of having too many people in there. You know, like I say, you know, some people try to make it like if it's a circus, you know, they're going to come and perform tricks every day, every night.
Yeah.
They need to relax, you know, spirits need to relax and recoup their energy. And they'll only come out when they want to come out. You know, you can provoke them as much as you like. You know, if they want to come and communicate, they will do. They don't, they won't. Full stop.
Exactly. And I mean, to be honest, I do agree with what Sacramento said. What was it? I think maybe people get more results if they talk to them as if you would talk to them as they were living with respect and courtesy. And I mean, to be honest, that is an amazing point.
Yeah.
You know, because you'd probably find out more as well. Do you know what I mean? You'd be able to tell a story. And I think that's the sad fact is, you know, one of the things, well, one of my aims as an investigator is, you know, I hope to be able to tell a story. You know, how they lived, who they were. Did they enjoy their life? Did they have family? Where a lot of these, you know, it's difficult because it's sort of like when we've seen a recent person, well, I'll say recent, it was quite a while back, who sort of jumped on the Moors murders case. And I was like, well, no, I couldn't. I'm a die-hard investigator. I'll investigate anything. You give me anything and I'll try it and I'll look into it. But there's certain rules that I stick by, and I think a lot of investigators should stick by, is if a haunted location is still raw, it doesn't matter if it was back in the 70s or 80s, if it's still raw to people, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot barge pole. Where it's like not far from where I live, we've got the Cold Bridgewater case. And I'm still 50-50 on checking that one out.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, mate.
A few
You're right, Dave.
locations, but I just can't get out. You know, one, I don't have the money, and two, I ain't got no one to go with anyway. So that's why I've decided to hit up the old cemeteries again. And it is during the daytime, because I'm pretty sure you're going to still get spiritual activity during the day than you do at night. You can't just turn around and say, "Well, that place ain't haunted." How do you know? You don't try it during the daytime.
Oh yeah, I mean we've had, because we found a new location. I mean we've definitely got to do a sweep of it to make sure it's structurally safe. But we had it, don't we? We just popped our head around this open doorway.
No,
we don't. Well, we walked in a couple of
foot in.
Yeah, it was about a foot in. We heard footsteps upstairs, and then what sounded like a piece of metal had got thrown out of a window. But yet nobody was around. There was just us two.
And there was no metal.
No, and this was in the middle of the day. Now, what it is it's an original pre-Victorian school. Well, that's what it used to be. Absolutely steeped in history. But unfortunately, it got sort of left to rot and decay, which is a shame because it's a beautiful building. But yeah, we had some weird stuff go on. And this was broad daylight. So I think if anybody could turn around and say somewhere's not haunted because it's daylight, no, not at all. It doesn't matter.
No,
really
it ain't haunted. It's probably had some kind of unusual activity in there.
Mm.
You know, because
I mean,
we can't say that every place is haunted, can we?
No.
We can't. Every place is haunted. But if you think about, going back 4,000-6,000 years, how many people lived on the planet and died?
Mm.
How many spirits roamed around, the planet still, even though they died 6,000 years ago? We don't know.
Mm. What do you reckon, Dave?
Just had my dining troll trying to call me again.
Oh, good.
About what in particular?
Could ever, on the theory of where, where some people are saying literally everywhere is haunted, or not everywhere is not haunted.
I think many people wish places were haunted that actually aren't.
It'd make investigating more interesting, I think, because then you wouldn't run out of locations. But yeah, it is an hard one. It is an hard one. It really is.
Why is it that you always got to go to a building or some kind of structure?
Well, this is why I tend to stray away from them, to be fair.
I go to the common. I've had, responses on the K2 meter, or, not saying that it's a spirit that's actually setting the K2 meter off, but something sent it off. I'll get EVPs. I'll get stuff through the ghost box. So something's over there interacting with us.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't just the common, it's woodlands as well, forests,
I mean, this is it. I mean, a lot of people sort of stop, they do forget. When you look at, especially some of these forests that are original, they've been around forever, that these used to be the roads of their day. So you had the highwaymen, you had people doing robberies, you had people doing murders, murdering people for their money back in the old times. There's nothing stopping a spirit from them times being around.
Yeah.
I to be honest, I haven't done a lot of indoor stuff because I always tend to target the outdoors more than the in, because I found that where I've done the indoor stuff, I haven't had as much. I could be there for 5, 6, 7 hours and get
nothing,
maybe an hour's worth of evidence. Where we've done outdoor stuff, and it's pretty much from the get-go something happens. Even if it's a feeling, it's still something.
Yeah.
People forget we are the oldest. We are the original paranormal equipment. Your senses. Granted, it's harder to prove, but your senses are the ultimate equipment. But I 100% prefer outdoors, by any means.
Mm. So on Dave's channel the other day, they were talking about other locations that could possibly be haunted. Like, I think Dave said he's got an old mine up near his way. How do you know that ain't not haunted? Like cave-ins and stuff like that.
Mm.
Have you ever thought about going over there, Dave, finding it and seeing if you can get any kind of doing an investigation to your nearest mine?
I've been there, Steve, yeah.
What, and investigated it?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get anything from it?
It depends on what you call getting anything from it.
Well, any paranormal activity, did you get anything from any readings from your devices? Did you get any spirit voices? Did you get
Got some EMF spikes, but I don't really put any kind of credence in them when they're on an AC single axis meter.
Mm.
If it was DC electrical energy, then maybe I'd pay attention to it, but you got to be careful. So 1 or 2 spikes on EMF meters, not a lot else. But it was worth a go.
Yeah. Because, with mines, you've got people working and they've died through like a mine collapse or an explosion. There's going to be, lost souls in there, ain't they? Because they might have not had their bodies exhumed, been brought out, and their bodies could still be trapped in there.
If somebody died in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the same with obviously being in the Black Country, with one of the main mining towns within the West Midlands. I mean, when you go through a lot of the history and a lot of the documentation, there was that many cave-ins, that many lives lost. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Because we've done the mine tours a couple of times, haven't we? And I remember them saying, you know, it didn't matter. You know, you had kids in there, you had adults in there, you know, horses, you name it, everything was in there. And I think one of the things that was mentioned, because obviously we go to the Black Country Museum a lot, so we've got some friends that work there. And even they've said, you know, there was one massive one that I think, if I remember correctly, it was just one simple cavern that they were starting to carve out. And what was it, 15 people had died? Yeah, it was about 15 people had died within just one cave-in, as there was. Because what they'd said had happened is as they tried to blow the one hole in the one wall, they didn't realise that there was another group on the other side. So as they blew the hole through, it had then collapsed the other side, weren't it? But then again, it's the same with the canal tunnels. I mean, we've got Netherton tunnels, which takes you an hour and a half just to walk from one end to the other. And it's just one big, long tunnel. There was people who died in the construction of that. You know. So, I mean, we're lucky where we live. We are. Because, you know, there's a lot of places around here that has you on edge. And you can feel it. You can sense it in a way.
Thank you for that, Maria. Appreciate that super sticker. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I've been invited to a few locations which I wouldn't mind going to. Just so, you know, it's a cost getting up there, and you know, and I know they said that, you know, they had put me up for the night. You know, they said, yeah, take me to one of the asylums in there, but I'm still a bit wary about that. You know, I'm pretty sure he's going to lock me in there overnight. You know, and you'll hear me scream instead of the patients or the spirit patients. Mark Cornwall, Ghost of Cornwall, said that, you know, he'd take me on a little location if I got down there.
I would check you out and about, Steve, for 100%.
Yeah, it's just the cost of getting to places, you know.
Right.
Don't have a car or bike or anything.
Or
like
if not, once we're driving, we'll come down and pick you up and check you somewhere down your end.
and leave me there. And I'll be
We'd never do that to you.
morning.
We wouldn't do that to you. But no, like I said, but again, because I've got to shoot it a bit because my son's got college in the morning. I've got to drag him down the gym, get me down the gym. But no, again, I can't fault that Barra Centre. Really can't. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I would 100% say that if you built a lot of them, you wouldn't have them for long. You really wouldn't.
That's the only problem. You know, it's time. It's not so much time building them. So I could knock one up in about half an hour or so, but
it's actually trying to get all the pieces and parts in it.
It's the cost of getting all the parts and building them. You build 10 or 20 of them and think, now you might fly, you know, through the door, but you might not get anyone interested in them, and they're just going to be sitting on the cupboard, you know, kind of thing. And you could have used that money on something else.
Well, it's like I just said, make them to order.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it, don't you? You know, someone did ask me on Living Dead's channel the other day when I was watching it. They were saying to Rocky and Sean, where'd you get the ghost box from? I want one of those ghost boxes. Well, they said, oh, well, Steve's on his channel, you know, ask him. I said, sorry, I can't get them anymore. I've not been able to get them for years, you know, about 4 or 5 years I've been looking for them. Can't get them anywhere.
But no, I'll tell you, man, absolutely love it.
You know, a lot of people have been asking me for those ghost boxes. I just can't get them.
No, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the original ghost boxes are hard to get hold of nowadays. I mean, it's like some of the Radio Shack ones, they are nearly impossible to get.
I know. And when you do find one, it's like 300
yeah.
pound or something, you know, like that.
I mean, to be honest, I was lucky to get the PSP 11 at the price I got it at, because it was a mate of mine that sold it, mate. So he went, just chuck us 30 quid and you can have it. But when I checked it out online, I was like, oh, you know, these are like 200 quid plus, man. Between 1.5 to 200 quid plus. And I was like, flipping it, man.
I think mine was about 150, but they've gone up, you know, near double now.
Well, this is all about popularity, isn't it? You know, people see what they see on YouTube. They want to do it themselves. And then when they realise what they're spending the money on, they're like, But yeah, we've still got a few little gadgets to test. Because I got sent some through the post to test out. That's I haven't had the chance to. I'll quickly show you. Actually, it's quite cool. But it's to do with because obviously you know how people use the old cat balls and stuff like that.
Mm.
Well, I got given sent an item. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I've got the old cat balls.
Oh, just
You know, even Dave's got a few cat balls. We were doing a stream on Dave's, and on one particular stream, both our cat balls were going off.
no.
No.
Yeah, gotta love the old cat balls. Except for ours got nicked by the cats. So we don't use it much anymore, do we?
I don't even know where they are.
I don't even know. I think the cat's nicked them full time. But I got sent something from a friend of mine, and she says you might as well, test it out to see if it works. Because it's one of them little typical sciencey experiments.
Oh yeah, I saw you mucking around that the other night actually.
Yeah, which is one of these. I absolutely love it. I like it anyway. I think it's pretty cool. And it's the basis. So you got your two sides and your two conductors. Whereas if somebody else is to grab the other sides, it wouldn't set off.
Mm.
So it's the concept of literally just having it sat there on the floor or on the table or wherever to see if a spirit can make that connection.
Yeah.
But we haven't tested it yet. We do need to test it. The only problem is you can't get into it to change the battery. So once it's dead, it's dead, I think. I'm not too sure. I haven't checked it yet. On can you change it? The ability to change batteries. But it was something I thought, well, if it works, I'll use it. I'll use it more. But the theory was, my theory and the basis of it is if a cat can, if a spirit can mess about with the cat ball, could it set this off?
Well, if you've got to hold it both ends, then
if I just, I don't know, for argument's sake, one investigation, show a demonstration, right? That's what you've got to do. Touch either silver end at the same time, put it down, leave it, and see where it goes from there. I don't know.
So if you was able to take it apart, you
Yeah.
could probably add a sensor on the end of it, like one of those motion sensors.
You probably could. You probably could. It might be something I might piddle about with at some point to see if I could do a bit more with it. But as a basis of a tester, oh yeah, you can take it apart. You can actually take the bottom off. I didn't realise that. So I might be able to have a fiddle about with that and see what I can do with it. That's all it is just that's the circuitry in it. So basic.
Can't remember how you do this on it.
I'm going to say that is the circuitry in it. It's just so basic.
Yeah.
So it is quite cool.
It probably is a way of doing it.
So if I can try and find a way to sort of, I don't know, to build a sensor onto it, I could probably get away with it. Make these sensors a bit more sensitive, I don't know, or less sensitive. I don't know yet. So I'll probably have a muck about with it at some point.
What do you think, Dave? Do you think it could be used as a paranormal object?
Possibly.
You're quiet today.
No, I'm fine.
But yeah, it's a test in the motions. Who knows? But yeah, so
It's worth taking out, put it down on the old ground with the other devices, and
that's it.
it's like with last night when you was out, you had the power sensor, you had the DC box or the REM pod, and you played to me, and all of them were going off.
Mm.
So if you put that down, you can say, well, you're actually lighting them up. Can you try and manipulate that one there?
Exactly.
You can touch both sides and not a single.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, to be honest, I wonder if you could take just a driveway sensor and use them. Possibly. Driveway sensors are pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thought.
If you can ask your mate to send me where I can get one, I can take one apart and tinker around with it and see
Steve,
what
I
happens.
think it was.
Hello, Mark.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you? Sorry about that. I'd got the times mixed up, so I got all over the place. I do apologise.
Was waiting for you for ages, mate. Ages was waiting for you.
You must see all the bloody fun as usual.
No, Kim said he had problems with his internet.
Yeah, it's not working fully to capacity. He's got his downloading updates and God knows what. His computer's not functioning fully at all. Software issues, I don't know, God knows what.
Probably need driver updates and all that kind of crap.
Yeah. It's what I give him to, because he didn't have a lot of money. So I can have my second hand. You can have my. I got a new computer. You can have my old one. I gave it to him because he didn't have a lot of money. He's too, so helped him out. See how friends out. So I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
Well, that's you. I'll get your stuff together then. Right. Anyway, I'm going to love and leave because I've got to get my gym stuff ready. And
Okay, mate.
We'll see another time. We'll have another chat together, all of us. Anyway, we'll get together. As this, plenty of opportunities. Anyway, I have a few things to do tonight. I forgot about. I got the times mixed all over the place.
We can always pencil anything in.
Okay.
All right. I'll speak to you guys later.
Okay. Cheers. Catch you later. Have a good time.
Same to you.
Don't exercise too much.
I'm center stage now. Well, still.
No, he's very good.
If Karen gets that problem sorted out, we'll. I can't squeeze my glasses gone now. We'll. But you might. There's a squeeze in a bit later on. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So it's a bloody nuisance. That.
Well, I hope that you've written out about 50 million questions for Dave when you speak to him next.
Me? Ooh.
Yeah, you, both of you, because he's such an intelligent guy. Anything you've got an answer for.
Oh, I've got plenty of things I'm sure lined up in my head. I've never written anything down. Hopefully, because it goes pear shaped. I do things. It's all spontaneous off the head, So when did you get involved with the paranormal then? Yourself, an interest then.
Who's that for, me or Dave?
Oh, the gentleman here, Dave, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, he's jumped off.
That's what I said.
He might jump back on.
A glitch problem there.
I don't know what's going on.
So I'm just going to get into try and read that book, my Borley Rectory book. I'll be reading that a bit later on. Getting into that. I've been said it, but I haven't had time to read it yet. There's people asking me online, what's the book like? What's the book like? I don't really give too much away. Buy it on Amazon if you can. I don't want to give too much away, So, but looks a good read. Looks like I'm going to give that a little read later on. Get into that. The Borley Rectory book by Harry Price. England's most haunted house. As I showed you that time there Friday, looks a very interesting book. Sister got sent me that. Nice little prezi. That was some weeks back. I wasn't expecting that because I sent you something. That's all right. And I got it there next 2 or 3 days. Good. Looks a good read. That I'm gonna give that a good old go over. And I'll tell you, not to give too much away because it's. I have a chance to read much really these days, So how's things been with you then, Steve? Right?
Yeah, not bad. Been a bit quiet today. I wasn't really planning to do a stream actually, but I'll download that app from Extreme Senses and
yeah.
So pay $17 for a program that I'm not really getting my head around to it. Oh, there it is. Not getting them.
Back again
at the moment. Welcome back, Dave.
How long were you chatting for beforehand? Not that long, much before. Anyway, nice to have you back. So I was going to say, lost my voice there. So a friend just come back. When did you get really into the paranormal? Was you I've been fascinated since a kid. The fascination. So when did you really get into the paranormal, like an interest like that? You good self.
That's for you, Dave.
Hey, sorry.
Okay. All my life, I was I was brought up around it due
Yeah.
to certain practices by my mother and grandmother.
Yeah.
I had an experience when I was young, and there was a guy who lived local to us who was a paranormal investigator,
Yeah.
and he walked past our garden one day. I used to see him going past the house and always think he was a bit of an odd cookie. He was known
Yeah.
around the area as being a little bit strange, but I sort of like thought it was okay.
Sorry?
But
All right. Hang on. Interruptions from downstairs? For the bloke who's got the telly blaring downstairs, hypocrite. And that being too loud. Hang on. Turn the bass down. Sorry, I interrupted there. I beg your pardon. Carry on,
I've
sorry.
been into it a few years, yeah.
Yeah. And I've been fascinated by, as a kid, all the ghost books from school, the ghost stories, and the library books, anything like that. Always have been. Never really dwindled. Actually, I got really more into it. So to see what was online there, all the groups and all that. I just sort of, it's a good vehicle for Facebook and the internet. It's been a great vehicle for paranormal, hasn't it? It really has. All the groups they're online are just amazing. It's proliferation of groups and YouTube and all that. Just people downstream, live streaming now, and just really is amazing. What's available now? They would say 20, 30 years ago. It's amazing.
I think everyone, although they say that they're sceptical about the paranormal, I reckon they probably have some form of interest in, what the paranormal could probably be like. Even if they had activity or felt that they might be doing something, going on their own, and they're sceptical about it. I'm pretty sure everyone has had some form of experience in one way, but they just don't want to admit it, kind of thing.
They close the monitor it. They don't admit this. They're in denial like that. I suppose. In a way, I suppose.
Mm.
It could be. I mean, I experienced some. I never thought I'd be experiencing something in my bedroom here. A little sky blue orb about that big. Plus my bed here. It's just about here. It was. Went into the wall about 4 years ago in bed there. So that was interesting. Very calm about it. That's not. Nobody least expected, is it? There's some energy in this house, so there must be something going on. I filmed it at the time, but there again. So
I was just doing when I came on, I was just testing this new app out. I've got to check it out properly and do the view on one. But that's the one that people ask. It's from Extreme Senses. It's $17.99, and it looked interesting, but I can't understand it. No, apparently you can ask questions, and when it goes red, you can click on there and get responses.
It's like a ghost box app thing, isn't it?
Got a bit of ghost box there.
Just that like that. No, exactly like that. It's like sky blue.
It's kind of like with any ghost box, really. It looks difficult to operate, and you just have to kind of spend a bit of time and see if it works.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, correct. Seriously, I wouldn't mind one of those, basically. I think that looks quite interesting. One for the Arsenal, one for the what we need. When we go out, I just use maybe just a digital recorder or a dictaphone, or whatever. But something like those meters, K2 meters, and all those. Kieran's got all that stuff. He's got more stuff than I have. He just experiments at night with the K2 meters, and then comes. Make sure not do anything electrical. I should imagine as well. So he does little experiments with them. I might just get some more. I must get some stuff like that myself. We might need that. Sorry, Carol. Yeah.
I had a message on Wish Shirley today, but I don't think I can sit on the PC. But there's a nice audio recorder.
Oh yeah.
Which came from Wish. I can't remember.
Oops, you just cut out there. Audio recorder, you said, yeah.
Yeah, there's an audio. I was thinking about getting it. Well, I don't really need it. It's only like £12, and probably a little bit more on the old postage. Looks quite nice actually, but The ad came on my mobile, and I'm not seeing it on anywhere else.
Can you guys say what's the device for the stick men? There's like some anomalies there detected. Are they reliable? I get a lot of negativity online and people saying about them as well. This app. What's your views and what's for both your views on that? You know.
Sorry, 1 minute.
Notorious for giving false positives.
Sorry, say again.
It's notorious for giving false positives.
Yeah. Not reliable at all, really, no. You see on ghost adventures. Anomaly detected, little stick man in a little fucking dance on the chair. He's right next to you. So it's not completely not reliable at all. So these people are right in saying don't touch those. They're not. Sorry? Oops. Looks all very entertaining, but something not worth investing in. Because you get thermal imaging as well, can't you? You can get things like that detects temperature drop and images as well, can't you?
Yeah, you can get a thermal imaging.
Yeah,
thermal cameras.
Yeah, that would be worth investing in. I don't know. It might for equipment wise, Don't do that. You never know. Nice shout. That's I know there's a lot of there's just so much types of equipment out there. It's unbelievable. I'm just using the basics at the moment. That's what I can afford. £14 dictaphone from Aldi, and my good friend Australia sent me like the Zoom H1. It was about 85 quid to buy, I gather, or more. Yeah, it's a good little piece of kit. I'm quite happy with that. I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah, they are quite sensitive on the audio on those as well. Playback.
Yeah.
You can leave it in a room like I used to, and if it's turned on, you don't have to have recording. You can just you turn it on, but you don't have to press record, but it still pick up the sound. I have the living room, the kitchen. When I used to do my overnight streams with the DVR, and the things you could hear, which I sometimes recorded it, press the record on it, but I didn't have big enough memory cards at the time.
All right. So I get the memory cards as well. Kieran's messaged me. Hang on, he's come back in it. Where's he gone? There he is. Unsent message. You okay? He's deleted the messages. No, it was something at 10:30 he sent it. 28 minutes past. He's unsent it. I think I made a mistake there. Oh, Kieran, I thought maybe he's trying to get on the show there. Where was I? Oh, yeah. All right, he's having trouble. We might get into the show later. We'll have to wait and see if we can get his problems sorted out. So that'd be great. The more the merrier, I'd like to sort of just investigate locally, then expand and some of these. I did Kenilworth Castle. I didn't get anything down there from the EDP session, but you never know. I might try again. I guess I don't know. But that's where was it? John of Gaunt's banqueting hall. It was just a ruin, basic ruin. That's what it was. And shelf. Try to sneaky one in there. I don't know if the warden was saying it anyway, but you never know. They can be funny sometimes. The custodians of the castle, like the wardens, like. I've had to pick some up there. I did some around the surrounding graveyard as well, Abbey Fields, the old monastery there. It's really lovely, there. And the graveyards, the graves go back centuries. It's probably 200 years, something like that, or more. And we didn't mean Kieran to pick anything up there, but we could go there again. I'll pick some up. Lovely the summertime as well. But we did do it at night. We did it sort of. Wasn't many people around, but we sort of tried it anyway. But probably better at night time. We'll probably do it night time next time. Abbey Fields and Kenilworth Castle. Try it again. Just
I like the castle, but like no castle around me. The only castle I've done was Shekinov Castle. We've done that a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I've done it once with me 2 nephews, and at the time it's been renovated. You couldn't really get and like looking in the windows, or go straight to the door. In the beginning, you used to, when I was doing it with Pete, but then the next time we went round there, they had all the fences up and everything, so you couldn't even get to the door or the windows, and it took them a couple of years to renovate it.
Oh, yeah.
But it looked better.
Yeah, I think they did innovations at killer things. They not rebuilt the barn. There's Elizabethan barn there as well. That's a restaurant now. They've redid it. Lovely building. It's a nice building as well. Remnants of old chapels there, the foundations, and you got the 16th century parts. Got different centuries, different parts of the area as well. Really lovely. I love the Warwick Castle as well. I posted some ones of Hampton Court Palace. Just this lady, what EVP she called, and she did Hever Castle as well, and Campton Court. Fascinating EVP is what she called. She just had stills in the interior that were Hever Castle and Hampton Court, and she was sort of guys like just record the EVP she caught at the time. Some were intelligent, some were residual like. Do you get Henry VIII or Anne Boleyn? You never know. Not quite. You never know. If something makes sense, I think they're just residual. They weren't responding to it like. I think they were. Here's that woman again, quick. Boarding the others. asking too many questions on it. It's quite funny that. Some of the horses seem quite modern in 17th century English, but you got centuries of history there, haven't you? People using it. Castle, wasn't it?
What I was saying to John, kind of thing, like you just don't know what you can get, outside as well as like going inside to a location.
Yeah.
Like John said, you had all those highwaymen riding around on the horses, holding up people and stealing their money.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Wimbledon Common was quite known for that, in way back ago. And me and Aaron over to Wimbledon Common one day, and we swear we heard the sound of a horse galloping, and there was supposed to be a rumour of a headless horseman that roams around Wimbledon Common. And when we was trying to call out the spirit of a woman who got killed there about 60 years ago, I believe that we got her name Rachel 3 times within a matter of 5 minutes on the EVP recording. But after we asked that, we was walking up the same road, and we was asking if we, just on, the ghost box and the EVP recording, if there was one else around, and we actually physically heard the sound, which to us sounded like a galloping horse, and this is like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. That's a residual sound. Is it tone? Sorry, stone tape theory kind of thing. It's just a residual that's just absorbed into the surroundings, isn't it?
I don't think it's a stone tape one, because a lot of people have mentioned that they've heard, like, we spoke to one woman who was jogging at 3 o'clock in the morning, like we thought it was her, but the way she was jogging, then, she ain't got big heavy feet, and we saw her, and at first we thought it was like a ghost of a person or something. We called out and she didn't reply, so we carried on walking away. She was running, and it's about 10 minutes later. We was near the golf course, and we heard the sound of footsteps, and we called out, and this woman kind of came over. She goes, "Did you call that earlier?" She goes, "Yeah, we was wondering who it was." And started talking about the paranormal. We said to him, we thought you was a ghost, the ghost of a man or something, because we saw this white figure go past.
Yeah.
She kind of like chuckled. She goes, "Well, I'm not really into me. Other half believe in like some paranormal, like the UFOs and stuff like that, but she's not really into it." So we said, just like politely, said, like, not but why at this time of night?
Good question.
The reason being is that she got assaulted when she was doing daytime time, so she moved to the station and she moved over to Wimbledon, and she finds it a lot more quiet and peaceful, and there's hardly anyone on the common, so that's why she takes her jogs at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So we asked her, did she know anything about the headless horseman? And she said no. We said, well, before we heard you, we thought we heard the sound of a horse galloping. Did you hear it? She goes, no.
Okay.
Me nephew heard it.
You could capture something like that. And these sunken lanes around here, they've got sunken lanes hundreds and hundreds of years old. Because this where I live is a hamlet outside country. That's you know what's carts or horses have trundled down there over the centuries. But what I might catch as well, try something, capture something. I'd have to hear it there and then. You could because you have to necessarily hear it. You could capture it after you play it back. You may not hear it with your own. That'd be fascinating. I read this EVP. It's exciting, but this one was in the gardens of Hever Castle, or just the sound of a wooden wheelbarrow, probably from Tudor times. They could hear something being pushed along. There's nothing there. They heard it with their ears, but who's that? I think it was Hever Castle. Yeah, they reckon it's probably a Tudor wheelbarrow or something, 18th century, whatever, centuries back. Just residual like there. Yeah. Something pushed about and footsteps in the garden. There's no one there. Fascinating. Yeah. How far back on the time of day? Because it's go back. Hever Castle's what? Well, it's about 13th century. And, but originally a castle then become like a manor, 45 manor home or something.
The thing is, even with the castle, when it was being constructed, people died from helping, slaves and being beaten if they weren't doing their work. Then you had the soldiers, the guards that guarded it. Then you probably had, other kind of like clans attacking, to try and put in.
It all builds up. That's right. You know what century you're going to, what things from what a century you're going to pick up on. You think, don't you? It's into the time from other times. Yeah, it's all amazing, isn't it? All the surroundings of the century is amazing, isn't it? Just. It didn't have to be a grand place, guys. It could be saying it doesn't be necessarily a castle or a grand hotel to get some great AVPs, like whatever, or with a residual or intelligent. Yeah.
What was that one they did the movie on? I can't think what it's called now. That bloody movie. Here's Johnny.
Oh, Shining. Yeah. Sorry.
That hotel is supposed to be very haunted.
That inspired the hotel, inspired him to write that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, experience. Yeah, I was actually seeing some online about that, guys. Yeah.
That's the reason why I've done the movie, I think, because it's supposed to be very haunted.
Yeah.
They've never told anyone if it's true or not. If the elevator actually does kind of open and all the blood comes out, there's no proof of the two little girls, but they have said that there's been some interesting activity.
Yeah, I saw that guys at the University of Warwick back in that year, 82.
Yeah,
81 they come out, 82. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Because you get two films up there. Yeah, the mum used to work up there. Used to get in their discount, because you work there as catering, I saw that. I remember seeing that film.
If I had money to go to America, I wouldn't mind going to some locations like Bobby Mackey's supposed to be very haunted.
Yeah.
I think it's because a few people have gone there and they've debunked some of the stuff. Like when they hear voices, one team down into the basement and they saw like a little tunnel thing going out. They went and what they done to debunk it, one couple of team members went out and they started talking.
Yeah.
And the team members could actually hear what they were saying from outside.
Really good God.
I don't think Bobby Mackey's as haunted as they class it to be.
It's a big thing about on ghost events, isn't it? A big thing,
yeah.
That's one of the first places I think they did come when they first started off. They used to revisit it a couple of times, didn't they? They always go back, didn't they? I'd like to go to a hotel or Lizzie Borden house. I'd like to do something like that, yeah. Is that famous one that when they first did that first ever Ghost Adventures, that pilot, where they see that brick moving in front of him and he starts running and screaming? There's panels that move. I think he's got this camera. It's on the what do you call it? The infrared camera at the time. And he catches some movement, like panels moving, brick moving up and flying across his bow. He runs out.
That never happened.
That was funny. That.
Yeah, the thing with a lot of these TV programs, They do it by script. They don't do the real paranormal, research. They don't try to catch real stuff. It's just for television, just for the ratings to make money. When things do happen, like the camera moved. This is what pisses me off, right? They say, well, a certain person is in the room on his own. Bollocks. He's with a fucking camera crew. So how can he be there on his own if he's got a camera crew behind him?
I mean, I won't watch most haunted. That's all cobblers anyway.
And when things like say, the camera moved, it's probably one of the cameramen pulling wires, tripping on the wires,
Go away. All right, I have to put the headphones on then. Go away. You're in the middle of a show. Idiots. You have television blaring out.
I've been closing this down in the second way, yeah, because I know a little bit like.
If I had blaring news like Black Sabbath, I can understand it. I can.
This work now. Hang on. I'll have to change it over to headphones. Why is it not working?
Yeah, as I say, I think a lot of these bloody TV shows are just like a lot of crap, a lot of BS. No, I admit I did learn from quite a few of them, but about the equipment they use. Listen to some of the stories, but anyone can make a story up. I could go out tomorrow and say, well, I just walked into like a headless female at the Common, and I could lie about it and put it in the papers, and it's going to kick off like not so much a myth or a legend or anything like that, but people probably want to believe and go over and try to see if they can see anything and catch things. But I don't do that kind of thing. I go by facts and the proper research, the story behind it. But there's stuff in the books, and I go by what's ever in the book or any other kind of documentary. But anyone can make up a story and say, well, this place is haunted, and a demon shows itself every single night. That's not going to happen. Oh, bullshit. Mm.
1 minute, Steve.
Right. Yeah, the old chain reaction. Oh, I saw that. Did you see that? Well, yeah, it's just like, I can't think of what that word is. Dave will probably know what the word is. But, if you're in a group of people at a haunted location, or supposed to be a haunted location, and you turn around and see something here, even if the people didn't see it, they turn around and say, yeah, I saw that. It's like mass hysteria or something, kind of thing. Yeah, we saw it. But unless you got video evidence that what you saw was there, then great. It actually proves that you did see it. But trying to get any kind of evidence on the camera is near impossible. Can't hear you. You muted yourself, Mark. You muted.
Bloody hell. Nobody can hear me. Do you think? Yeah, I press the button. I've got my proper glasses. I get my reading glasses on. Like, what do you think of the live streaming now? The local groups up and down the country on YouTube and Facebook. That's a good idea.
Well, yeah, it's a good idea because, like, they do catch us something, and it's caught on live stream. Then it shows that they actually have caught something and not faking it and manipulating it. But even still, like people can go out into a forest and they might have a teammate, hiding somewhere.
Yeah, you just hope that. Yeah,
you just got to hope they're not faking stuff, but people will do it.
You just hope that
they could have someone in the background, or
you never know for sure, can you?
And dressed up as like fucking some kind of creature or something. Did you see that?
Trust their integrity. You just hope they got some integrity. Honest, like you just you never know. I couldn't live with myself trying to fake anything like that. I just couldn't do that. No, they're in paranormal for the wrong reasons. Then charlatans. I like that.
Yeah, there have been people who've been doing like paranormal for
Yeah.
years and years and built up a really good reputation.
Yeah.
So for some stupid reason they turn around and fake it just for that one night.
Yeah.
Then it ruins their reputation, kind of thing. And
I couldn't live with myself. No, I'll have to be honest. I'll say something there. If it's something, what do you think? I don't think it's paranormal. We may have, and just let you decide. I wouldn't go out to falsify anything. I would never do that. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Like you said, they F it up themselves. The rest, they can't be taken serious again, guys, can they?
It's just pointless, If you're going to do something, do it properly and don't fuck it up. Because every time someone's faking something, making the paranormal more of a mockery than it is some of the times,
There's charlatans out there that really have out, unfortunately. That's right.
I kind of credit the people who do go out there and try to gather the proof.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
But as I say, like sometimes, you might be getting activity, you might be getting evidence for like 20 years, and suddenly it just goes dead. And you go out there day after day, for 6 months or a year, and you're still not getting nothing. You think, fuck it, I'm going to fake something, make it sound like But get around and telling people, well, no, you didn't get that, you faked it, kind of thing. It'll ruin your reputation.
It's not worth it in the long run, guys. It's not worth it in the long run. But there's some idiots still risking it out there just to get the fame and the glory, Sad. Very sad. I don't know.
Did I hear you, Dave?
Yeah, I'm back, brother. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Sorry about that. Been waiting for that all day, so had to take it.
What, the sneeze? Or was it something?
The phone call.
Oh, phone call. Okay.
Yeah, phone call, man.
Yeah.
What's that famous? Oh, that's we were talking about the other night. That's one up. East Drive. Is it East Drive, Pontefract? Is it? That's supposed to be really haunted as well. Is it? What's that? I can't remember the number now. It's East Drive. Is it this?
30 East Drive. Yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes wonder about that.
Since it reopened, and I think they reopened because it was an attraction in the past in the 60s, and because it was haunted in the 60s, they probably reopened, thinking it's still active and they're going to make a fast buck. And that's what it is. It's all down to like
nobody lives there at all. Nobody lives there at all. It's just like a museum. Everybody.
I don't know if it's a museum or not. I don't know, but people do go there.
Yeah.
And I've known people to go there and not got diddly squat.
Got diddly squat, nothing at all, no.
Nothing at all.
Surprise. Was it all hyped, do you think? Do you think it's all hyped up there? There really is hyped up for, just... They get parties, you have to pay to get in there. There's parties paying to go in there to investigate.
Yeah.
Good God.
Go on, Dave.
I was just going to say, I don't think it's a case of hype. I think it's more a case of there can't be activity and energy 24/7, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
And the people that are running or renting the place out can't guarantee that something's going to happen when a client or paranormal team has rented the property. So you pays your money, you take your chances with places like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm afraid they don't come out and spec whether you want them to, whatever's there, any energy or some ghost or whatever entity. Yeah, exactly.
When you go to a location, as you say, you can't guarantee you're going to get anything. I think it's down to the spirit. If they want to come out and interact with you, then they do it. If they ain't, then they're just going to ignore you. It doesn't matter how hard you try. Even if you provoke them, they're not going to come out. If they feel that you're someone they can probably communicate with and probably trust, and then they might come out and talk to you. Not actually as a physical being, but they probably try to manipulate your devices, try to talk to you on Ghostbox and EVP.
Yeah.
I think it's all the spirit person itself, if they feel like they want to do it, they do. If they don't, they don't. It's like you, if you want to go out and do something today, you don't do it. If you don't, because you feel lazy, you don't do it, do you?
Exactly, yeah. So you might go back another time and get something, another occasion. It's just the way it goes,
You go to a location about 20 times, same location 20 times, and you might not get nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
The day you don't go and another group go, you might do something.
yeah. It's Hobson.
Why did I?
Hobson's choice. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah.
You know, I
I said,
also
yeah.
put it down as I think the spirit needs to trust you as well.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
I'm suspicious of the living.
Mm,
I think if you're talking about a place where there's inherently a malevolent entity or spirit, it doesn't care whether it likes you or not.
Yeah.
It's if it's not in the environment, if the energy is outright for it to be there, it won't be there. It doesn't matter whether you want it to be there or not. It doesn't matter whether
Yeah.
you've booked and paid 750 quid for the night. It's tough shit. It's not going to happen. It's not there.
That's right.
That's just the thing, you know. Not everything's good. Not everything wants to come forward and communicate. Sometimes there's energies that are at play that want to do what they want in their time and as they please, you know.
That's right. They can play ball. They play ball. They do it when they on their terms, not yours. Exactly. Yeah. That's how it goes. I'd love to get something myself. I'm still waiting to get the first EVP, but you know, I'm patient. I'll keep trying. Something will come up. Not necessarily, may not be even of a paranormal nature. It could be easily debunked for all that. You know.
no, I'm not saying that, you know, Mitcham Common is or was haunted, but there's been times I've gone to the same location.
Yeah.
You know, when we was probably talking to the spirit of Leonard, Leonard Leslie, or what his name is, who died in the lake in 1939. You know, there was a report of a guy called Tony Doe.
Yeah.
I think it was like 1998 or something like that, or 1999. He was walking across the common, and to his amazement, he saw an image of a little boy riding his little bike.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Good go.
And, you know, the guy standing there, and the little boy and his bike was pure white. Now, although, you know, he was kind of like, you know, flabbergasted with that, what made him kind of more kind of like, wow, is that, you know, the little boy just rode across the lake without even kind of like disappearing, just rode right across the lake into the darkness, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, like, you know, we've been over there, me, my nephew, even Simon James, you know, he came over with me a few times in the past, and we used to get a lot of like K2 hits and a lot of EVPs there.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
I've been there just recently, and I've not got nothing there now. Nothing.
Oh, it's completely dead. Pardon the expression.
I used to get stuff there day and night, but now nothing. In the same location, nothing. No EVPs, no MF. It's
And then you can just go like that, and it doesn't have to be there permanently. I suppose. Can it just?
you know, when I feel like when they're ready to move on, they move on.
I suppose they've got their own shelf life as well. They can't last forever. I suppose. Maybe I don't know. I've heard that bandied about.
That's why, like, you know, with Dave, like, that's why I say, you know, you can't have something there 24/7, 365 days a week. Ain't gonna happen. You know, they need to, like, you know, recoup and build up their energy. And when they regularly move on, they move on.
Yeah.
You know, if it gets replaced by another spirit energy, could be a possibility.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
If they were there all the time, if they were making noises all the time, why haven't we already got definitive proof?
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
I don't care what people claim to have seen. There still isn't empirical proof of anything.
Mm.
So they're not active all the time. 95% of it is psychology. And 95% of people who investigate the paranormal won't admit that 95% of it is psychology. And that's the problem.
Mm. Oh dear, that's right.
You know,
Good points.
I kind of learn by mistakes, and you know, when I go to a location, I always think, like, you know, is it really haunted? You know, there's any spiritual energy, but you know, your mind plays tricks on you. You know, even that little snap.
Exactly.
You know, you think, well, you know, is that a ghost? No, it's a fucking rabbit or a hare, you know, running around, or you know, it's just a twig falling from the tree. But some people want to believe it's like, you know, a spirit walking amongst the bushes or something. Or
It could be foxes any at night. It's any night nocturnal creatures as well. That's right. If you're in a wooded area, like exactly. Yeah.
I think we actually caught a pair. Simon James and me was over at Croydon Court, not Croydon Court, Croydon Cemetery.
Yeah.
And we went in the back way because, you know, the fencing was like, you know, a couple of the bars were missing, so you can go through the back way, yeah. But the main gates, you know, halfway through the cemetery were closed up because it separates the cemetery into two.
Yeah.
Now we were walking around and we heard some noises, and Simon went to investigate it. And as he got to this bush, he saw the pair of red eyes. He says,
Yeah.
He goes, I can sleep like that, man. I said, what? He goes, there's something in the bushes. I said, what? He goes, I don't know, but I saw red eyes. I said, well, it could have been a fox or something.
Exactly.
It could have been a rabbit or something like that. But it, you know, when things like that happen, it does kind of spook you. Actually, you don't know what it could be. But then you got to realise, well, it could have been an animal, you know.
I saw a young deer from a distance. I think you have reddish or yellow eyes. The lights are quite scary. Bloody great big deer. This female deer, just appeared out of nowhere. That's scary enough. In the woods, I was doing it at university. What the fuck? It's just silhouetted there with these glowing eyes. Oh, fucking hell. That was frightening in itself. Although not paranormal. You know what's there creeping around here in the evening? It's just getting dark, like, you know, it wasn't dark at the time, but, you know. Oh.
You know, sometime, about 3 years ago, I used to go out, you know, because I used to do a bit of skip diving. You know, seeing if anyone was throwing some decent electrical stuff away, you know, so I can strip it for the cables.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go around, you know, the little kind of estate around the back near the park and the cemetery.
Yeah.
As I was walking around, you know, I used to go about 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week, depending on the weather and how cold it was, you know. And many times, you know, you see these little eyes peering at you from the background, and I think, what the fuck's that? But there's only foxes.
Oh yeah, it can be creepy, unnerving, and it's all just wildlife.
You know, you see them, and you think, what the fuck's that? You know, and it puts the fear in you, thinking, you know, what the hell is that? But as you get closer to it, or it gets closer to you, it's either a cat or a bloody fox.
I've seen foxes in towns. I've seen a massive fox, walk down the suburban foxes are just Camley Road there.
There's been foxes. Yeah, I've heard them outside screaming.
Yeah, I've heard them. That's very unnerving sound as well. People could mistake that as some of a paranormal nature.
Yeah. Well, no, it sometimes it sounds like a woman screaming.
Does sound like him, yeah.
But you know,
people have misconstrued it as something of a paranormal nature, haven't they? It's going to be all explained, like, you know, like you said.
When it's the season to come out and start mating, you know, you hear them all the time.
We do over the Prem, yeah.
This place is like, you know, like a concrete jungle around here. So where they're coming from? Probably from the little parks.
Yeah.
Near me. So I can't see them coming away from the common. But you just don't know how far the fox would travel to find some food. But, you know, I heard them downstairs screeching and...
We do have an idea of actually how far they'll travel.
How far do they travel?
The radius of about 1.5 miles to 2 miles tops.
Right.
They're very territorial. And they start mating in October. So the type of sound when it sounds like a woman screaming, if it's a mating call, is usually between October and January.
That's what I hear over the Crown that time.
Thank you for that, Dave. But yeah, you know, common, if they live over the common's only 1 mile away from me, so they could be coming from January. But I've got like a little neighbour over the back behind me, so they could be coming from there. Got 3 little parks, they could like have a little bow around there somewhere.
Oh, quite easy.
Absolutely.
I mean, loads over the Cram, the graveyards, and the Cram there opposite me. We can hear it. Was it October, January? It must have been that time that I heard it then, yeah. Eerie as hell. Scary.
Dave, it's a full moon tonight, mate.
Well, you know what that means, don't you?
The crazies come out. The crazy people.
The loonies. That's why hence lunar, is it? Lunatic, the nightmare. It's lunar.
The old werewolves.
Well, the word lunatic is from the Latin lunar anyway. Lunar, anyway. It's for moon anyway, isn't it? So
pretty sure that'll all be on my stream later.
Yeah. Well, one of them will. Probably me, hopefully.
Yeah,
I'll
if
keep
you
you
want.
company. I'll keep you company.
Anybody's welcome.
Until the lunatics start coming on.
I got Canuck chasers. Look out for the black-eyed children as well. That's not far away from me. Not really that far, really. All right.
Well, it's 10 past, or just gone 10 past 11. I'm going to call it about 8 minutes, so I can have a little half-hour relaxation. Probably might finish off with the rest of my
okay.
and then get ready, jump on Dave's when he goes. What time are you going on? 12 or?
I'll probably go live at midnight. You're more than welcome to come over if you want and jump back up on the panel. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll come over. I ain't got nothing better to do.
If anybody wants to come, that's cool.
Yeah. That fellow who was on previously, remember we talked to him before, didn't we, Steve? Is he from Birmingham, mate? That way? The fellow was on, he left.
I'll get confused with where he's from some of the times.
Yeah,
they didn't stay long, did they? Yeah.
Dudley.
Yeah, we had him on. We had a chat with him before. Remember, we did the show, didn't we? Steve, we had a chat with me, Kieran, and yourself.
Yeah.
Good man. Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff online. Pretty good.
Yeah.
There's so many channels out there. I'd love to do a live stream myself and see. I could go, location. That'd be great. That's something I'd love to do. Well, how do you get for your? Can you do for your phone? Is it an app you download for the live streaming? I don't know. Is it like this? What we got here? I don't know.
We just use StreamYard, and that's it.
It's StreamYard again, is it? I see. I wasn't too sure how you
do it. I have tried to do a live stream through StreamYard on my phone, but my phone just won't let me do it.
I see, right.
If I want to do a stream, I've got to do it directly from YouTube now. I downloaded the StreamYard app, and it just will not let me stream.
So
I've not tried it going through, open up my Google app on my phone and then connecting to StreamYard that way. I've not tried it that way yet, but
no.
The only reason for having StreamYard is to have people on the panel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you're doing it live because you're actually streaming and invest yourself, you may as well just go live via YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
That's one day, all right. I got YouTube.
So when Brandon was doing the cemetery with his ghost box that a couple of weeks ago, and you were streaming his channel, he was just running through. How was he doing that? I know you had him on StreamYard. Because
he clicked the link just to join me on the panel. He wasn't actually streaming via StreamYard himself, you see. So when he done that, I just highlighted him. Like you can click on me and do the solo layout.
Yeah.
Well, I just clicked on his avatar.
All right.
Thank you. I just clicked on his avatar.
I think I had to fucking do it, Dave. Click on you.
Yeah, the three dots that are at the side. There you go, like that, yeah. And then I just done that. And it just pretty much highlighted his live then, yeah. There you go.
I'm big.
Well, I can do
so
it.
It's huge.
Do it that way and have Dave up.
Be gentle with me now, please.
There you go.
Good. Right, it brings you up like that, but
lovely.
On a larger screen. If I've got you three up like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How can I make you the bigger screen and me and Mark the smaller screen?
The host is usually the bigger screen when you go to that option.
Oh, okay.
So it'll always make you the bigger one.
All right.
Like that. Or single layout like you just done, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'll come and join you for a while.
No worries.
I don't know where he's.
I'll get my gas mask ready. Oh, that was so funny, Dave. I tell you, man. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. After I came off last night, I went to go to bed, and I farted for at least 10 minutes. I think you sent it to me.
Must have gone out in sympathy.
I thought, hang on a minute, bloody Dave's fault this is.
Gone out in sympathy with me, brother, yeah.
I thought, show me weren't still streaming now. But hey, come on, I did help out towards the end, though, didn't I?
I knocked it on the head when as soon as you went, though, and I closed it straight
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
But I did try to let a couple off, so you weren't the only one.
We done all right. Quite musical, Steve.
Yeah.
Bit of a gig between the two of us, really.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I must have fun last night.
Oh, you missed a good one last night, mate.
We did the show. We did the show at the time.
We were both pissness of laughter for a couple of times. I tell you, man.
And we could have just have shows not just about the paranormal. We could have things just chat in general, as well. That's what we like.
That's the thing, all those paranormal channels, you don't have to be paranormal all the time.
No.
You can have a giggle. You can talk about the paranormal. You can always change the topic over about something else.
Yeah. That's what we do. We're pretty broad in that sense. Me and Karen,
you ain't gonna be paranormal 24/7.
Oh no.
7 days a week. You can do, if you were so engrossed in the paranormal, you still need to take the time out and relax and have a bit of a giggle with your mates, kind of thing. So, streaming 7 days a week, just knock one on the head. Have 6 days and have 1 day to relax and just have a laugh and joke with your mates.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe it. I went to the shop there. The price of tobacco now. I've not smoked for 22 years, and was it 30 grams of Golden Virginia? £16.99. £16.99.
Yeah, someone said a packet of 20 is like about 12 quid now.
I remember it being about a couple of quid, £5 about 20 odd years ago.
40 odd years ago, half golden.
Don't do that anymore, do they? Half ounce.
£2.50. Packet
Half ounce
used to be around about £2.
They don't do they don't do the half ounce anymore. I got the Old Holborn or Virginia. They still do Old Holborn, do they?
Well, I'm sure I read. Well, I keep saying I saw a video.
Yeah.
Where they state that before 2050, they're going to ban tobacco completely in the UK.
Really? Oh God. Don't bother me. I've not smoked since November 2003 and touched one cigarette. I used to smoke the old Rollies. I used to smoke the old Virginia, Old Virginia, or either the Old Holborn. Yeah, that's what my dad used to smoke. Old Holborn, old half ounce. Don't do that anymore. Cool.
I don't smoke anymore. After I met Mrs. I did smoke once when I was in the Philippines, and that was it.
Yeah.
I came back, stopped smoking.
Not give me a drink. Oh, never getting that up.
No, I don't drink either. The only thing with tobacco is that the bloody thing always used to keep going out.
Oh yeah.
When you make rollies, and
that's true. Yeah.
And cigarettes at the time used to be a lot more expensive.
There's less chemicals in them as well, isn't there? Yeah. Unless you pay for Benson Edges and cigarettes like that packet, I wouldn't dare think. Yeah. I'm glad I give it up. I'll keep up with that. I don't drink. I'm not moderate. I'm not a big drinker. I like this few beers here. Probably sometimes when I'm doing a show like with Kieran or what, discussing the paranormal, I have about 3 or 4 Budweiser beers. I'm not going nuts. I go mad. Those are long gone.
I don't really drink, but if I go over the common and I see a couple of mates and they offer me a beer, then I'll have one.
Oh yeah.
And then sometimes I've got money. Hey, a minute, I'm shopping, I'll buy them a beer back, and we'll sit there and have a couple of beers and just chat about the fishing.
Yeah. Casual beers, not to kill you. That's right. Yeah.
It's just very casual, once in a blue moon.
Yeah, you're not a big.
Or if I feel like it, I do drink shandies. I love shandy.
Yeah.
I've actually, like, if I fancy a shandy tomorrow, and I think tomorrow I'll have a shandy, I'll go and buy a couple of cans of beers and buy a big bottle of lemonade, and I'll store it in the fridge, and I'll have a couple of glasses of shandy, and I'll have 1 can of beer, as a if I want another one later in the week. But I don't even drink shandies that much.
No,
I do buy them in cans when I'm out sometimes.
Yeah.
When I'm bushcrafting, when I'm on the way home, I get a bit thirsty.
Yeah.
I'll go and grab a can of shandy.
I have about 3 or 4 beers sometimes when I'm on this show. Not always. I'm not drinking tonight. But, I go mad. Because I just had my first inoculation. Went to set outside the pub there. We could all sit outside. was it one person, two people in one table though? I don't know. They did that. We're all masked up. obviously, when we're drinking, we'll take the masks off. But you got to use when you got to use the toilet. Obviously, you got to use the mask. But that's kind of surreal. We basically serve at your table anyway. Well, not all pubs have opened up though. That's up to them, I suppose, isn't it?
Mm. Hi, Lex.
Restaurants, yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to close it down. So sorry, see you late. You're
No,
late.
not at all.
Well, I'm going to close it down now. Have a little half-hour break before Dave goes on, and I'll catch you over at Dave's. Dave, you want to drop your link in case some of them might not know your link? And drop your link as well, Mark, if you want to stick it down.
Oh yeah.
But I'll be over at Dave's in a little while, midnight our time.
More than welcome to come over, yeah. Absolutely. No worries.
We're going over to you. We're going over to you. Sorry, we're going over to you, Dave. Yeah.
12 o'clock.
Midnight. Okay. I'll see whether see if depending on the folks downstairs aren't going to bed. What time they go to bed? I may squeeze on. I don't know yet. If they're waiting and see. No worries, because there's other times, don't worry. If not tonight, some other time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So possibly to see how it goes, depending what time they go up. They could 1 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock.
Hi, Alex.
I'll just go and eat the rest of my special.
The pain in the arse out sometimes. He went to bed at 11 o'clock last time. So. But usually it's 1 or 2 o'clock, so I can't. Depends what happens downstairs when folks go to bed. Yeah, okay. Let's see how he gets. If I can't meet you at it on, we'll chat another time, guys. All right. I don't think Kieran's out the equation tonight. Unless you could send him a link, and if he's, I'll have to find out if he's up and ready, if he's got his systems sorted out. I don't know. So. Yeah. Okay.
What is it tonight, Dave? Just another winger?
For now, just for the next couple of days. Wednesday, I'm doing a proper stream.
All right. Wednesday, proper stream, right?
Wednesday's a proper stream covering a particular topic. It should already be highlighted in advance up on the channel listing.
Crypto.
Okay.
Right then. Well, cheers for coming on the panel, Mark.
No problem there, Steve.
John, if John still watching, thanks for coming on early.
Oh yeah,
cheers,
John early on. Bless him. Good man, top guy. Yeah, great show with you. A good old rapport that time. That show. Yourselves. The first time I think you talked to him, wasn't that on our show? That's a couple of years back, wasn't it? So,
with John, yeah.
You had a good rapport, you two.
I'll see you later, guys.
Okay, then. Take care, guys.
I'll see you in a bit, John. Dave.
Okay.
I say again, I'll see you in a bit, Dave. You're still there. Right, Mark. I'll jump off and I'll catch you on the next one. When that'll be, I'm not sure. But if you're going to do it, I'll jump on yours maybe another time.
We'll see what happens with Kieran if he gets his system going on there. We'll try to get them all together if we can, So
yeah, if you can get sorted out and let us know when you want me and Dave on, I'll sort it with Dave as well.
Yeah. How many can you have on the show? Just kind of fit the screen before you go. Sorry.
If you've got the paid version of StreamYard, which I've got, you can have up to 10, I think it is. But an unpaid version, like just the demo version, you can get 6, I think, and you can only stream a total of 20 hours per month.
Oh.
But if you've got the paid version, like I've got, I can have up to 10 people and I can stream 24/7 constantly.
Limited with our Star one, yeah.
I can have like 10 people on. But if I'm streaming, I can on StreamYard and it's coming through YouTube.
Yeah.
If I stream 16 hours through to YouTube will cut it at 12 hours, so I'll lose 4 hours through YouTube.
So you get the one where you pay. It's like YouTube. You get the premium one. You don't have the fucking annoying adverts.
Yeah. I'm not paying for the premium one. So that it's like 20 quid a month, I think. I ain't paying that.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll leave that. I just got to put up the annoying adverts, mate.
Yeah, unless I was getting and I'm not trying to say this, to get people to do it, because I'm not for that. But if I was getting like a lot of support to the channel, I was getting like £50 a month on the channel through donations and stuff like super stickers, then I might consider
Patreon.
Well, I don't do Patreon. I've tried it, never worked. But if I was getting £50, £60 per month, on super chats and people joining, then I'd probably consider maybe getting like a premium on YouTube. Because like I do a stream, you're going to get advertisements on here, but
yeah,
if I had a premium one, I wouldn't have to have a advertisement.
Do YouTube pay you though? I mean,
yeah.
Depending how many people you get.
Yeah, if you've got 1,000 subscribers and you've got like 4,000 hour viewing time, you can actually open up your own monetization, and you can do like super chat and stuff like that.
Okay, mate. All right.
Over like I think it's like 1,500 subscribers now. It's gone up 1,500 subscribers.
Right. I don't know what we've got.
And then like 4,000 viewing hours on your channel.
We've got a long way to go yet. Commentary Watch Paranormal Investigators and radio station. All right, we'll do a show. To say, I'll keep you long. We'll keep you because you wanted to get off. We'll do some shows during the course of the week. Might be whatever, anytime.
Yeah, just let us know when you can sort it out with.
I got the times mixed up tonight. I do apologise. Sorry about that. I got carried away with something else as well. And I just realised, oh shit, was it 9 or 9? Oh.
Well, just let us know when you do it, and I'll let Dave know. And if
Dave, could be Tuesday. He's doing a show Wednesday, isn't he, Dave?
No, he's doing Wednesday. Yeah,
he's doing a show now midnight, isn't he?
Tonight he's doing one.
And he's doing a show Wednesday. He's doing we'll probably do one. Possibly might do Tuesday. Probably. I'll see what Kieran says for Tuesday. We'll do one then, probably. All right.
I think Dave's doing. Let me check. I know he's got that stream.
Yeah. No, I do one then. It's another opportunity. If not Tuesday, probably Thursday.
Yeah, he's got one coming up at 9 o'clock Wednesday, I believe it is.
9 o'clock Wednesday, and he's doing this one tonight.
The moon landing hoax. So I'll probably go and sit and watch
9 o'clock Wednesday. I might just might join in with that. I don't know. Is that just a chit chat in general?
No, he's got like his own 3 or 4 people going on. It's just a group and going to be talking about it. I don't think it's like an open hangout.
All right, so we can just observe from afar.
Side chatting, talking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Let you know when we get a show done. Okay, we'll leave it till then. Might sort some out Tuesday. I see we're turning up. Kieran gets his problem sorted out, mate. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you again soon then. Yeah. Thanks for the chat. Enjoyed it tonight. Maybe it wasn't longer, but
yeah. Got other things to do, mate.
Oh, that's fair enough. No, that's fair enough. Appreciate that.
Dave's stream channel. I'll post Dave's channel out.
Okay.
There's Dave's channel. Let me find your one. Try and find your channel now.
Come to watch a panel. Talk radio. Yeah.
Got so many.
We've got one. We've got that one from you. Some. Was it last year? Year before? That's with a. Was the other guy Steve? I can't remember his name now. Not Dave. Steve. Is it? No, Steve. No. Was it another Steve? What's the other fella who went on? Was there briefly?
That was John.
John. Sorry. Yeah, it was a good line. Yeah, I enjoyed him.
This is Mark's and Kieran's channel, which I just posted, which is Paranormal Talk Radio.
Yeah, it's the one. Yeah, it's the one. Good man. Good man.
I'm off.
Okay.
In about half an hour, probably.
Well, so it goes. I can't guarantee, but if not, I'll probably see you during the course of the week. We'll do a show then, probably Tuesday, or we'll let you know if Kieran gets his thing sorted out. Anyway. Okay, then, mate.
All right. I'll be on Dave in about half an hour, so.
Yeah.
I'll catch you all in half an hour.
Okay, then. Take care. Tess, thanks again, Steve, for tonight. Thank you, mate. Cheers.
All right. I hit the wrong button. I meant to end the broadcast and I clicked Leave Studio, but there we go. That's the way things happen nowadays. Silly little things like that. Yeah, so I'll catch over in Dave's in about half an hour. I think he said he's going to wing it. So let's see what we're going to talk about tonight. Catch you over there. See you soon.